Hello guys and welcome once again to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm a slightly ill Greg Denholm, but I'm going to persist and give you my predicted lineup for our game this weekend against Crystal Palace. It's quite an important match considering the run of fixtures we have afterwards. It's sort of a reverse of the tough fixture run we had towards the end of December, mid-December. Obviously we have this 1 week winter break coming up and then we have Arsenal the other side of it. Arsenal and Palace both sitting in this weird area of teams all on the same sort of points, some having awful seasons such as Arsenal, to some extent us, and some having quite good seasons, Southampton considering where they were, Burnley having a reasonable season for where they should be, but we've all found ourselves in the same area where we don't know if we're pushing Europa League or settling for mid-table obscurity, so this game and then the game after the winter break should be quite a good indicator of where we're going to sit towards the end of the season. That being said, I'm going to give you my predicted lineup for this game. I think we're at the point where we've got quite a few nailed on positions. When Ancelotti came in straight away, we didn't know about formation, we didn't know about personnel, what he thought of who, but now we're starting to know where we are. So Pickford's going to be in goal, Luca Dean at left back, Yerry Mina obviously sparked the comeback against Watford last week with his 2 goals. It's great to see him doing well. He's finally starting to get that quality from set pieces that we saw when he was playing for Colombia at the World Cup. A lot of the times he's in the right position for the corners, but he's heading it over or wide or straight into the goalkeeper's hands. He was finally seeming to get them, in the right sort of place, especially for that second goal he had. So that's great to see. His positioning and now his finishing look as a complete package that could be much more dangerous going forward. He'll be partnered obviously by Mason Holgate. Fantastic. Having an absolute breakout season, an argument that he's our best player so far this season. Really adaptable in terms of where he can play as well. If it wasn't for our lack of other centre-backs, I'd happily push him into the midfield role whilst we wait for Gomez to come back after the winter break. But I'd rather have him in the defence as opposed to Michael Keane coming into the defence. And then I'm going to say Sidibe as well at right back. Could be Coleman. I prefer Sidibe as an option for getting early crossed into the box where Calvert-Lewin has the dominance to bring a ball down or sometimes just head it straight in. And then we have our real conundrum in midfield. Obviously, Delph will be coming into the first game of his suspension, which means we are pretty much stuck, or at least in my opinion, what Ancelotti will go with the Schneiderlin-Sigurdsson combination that I really dislike so much in the midfield. The static, immobile midfield that is Schneiderlin and Sigurdsson. Obviously, there's the option for Tom Davies to come in, but in my opinion, I don't think that's what Ancelotti will go with. I think Walcott will keep his place on the right. Obviously, he scored that last-minute goal against Watford. I don't think he played well enough in that game to prove he should be starting, but I think the goal has helped him kick on in terms of confidence. Maybe he'll get a little run in the team, and in that position we're just a little low on personnel, so I imagine he keeps his space. I think maybe Bernard on the left. Iwobi had a good spat of the game. He didn't pull up any trees, but he wasn't bad. I imagine Bernard will come in. Bernard and Iwobi at the moment, with Iwobi especially coming back from that injury, aren't 90-minute game players. They won't be playing the full 90. I imagine at the moment they might be sort of interchange, or at least that's what I'd do. Maybe Bernard in the home games, Iwobi in the away games. Just let them compete and vie for dominance at the moment. But this is for me Bernard's chance. And then predictably, Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin will start up top. A great combination. Moise Keane filled in very well whilst Richarlison was out, but I think those two are the best up top. And then we have the option of Moise Keane as a substitute, which is great to see. The thing I'd maybe say is, could Iwobi come inside and Bernard play on the left, as opposed to bringing, maybe take Sigurdsson out of the team and keep someone a bit defensive in Schneiderlin, or considering it's Palace, just have the two more creative midfielders with Sigurdsson and Iwobi. So that's my team. Pickford in goal, a back line of Dean, Mina, Holgate and Sidibe, with the next bank of Bernard, Schneiderlin, Sigurdsson and Walcott, and then Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin up top. What do you guys think of that? Would you drop Iwobi? Would you keep Tom Davies or put Tom Davies in the team? Moise Keane, does he start for you guys? Let me know what you think, and hopefully I will see you guys next week.